TIFU by assuming I saw a mannequin. A few weeks ago, I, 27F, was at Mark's work warehouse with my boyfriend, 27M, and there are a lot of mannequins there. I have an irrational fear of mannequins. When I was a kid, I had to shield my eyes from them. But now that I'm older, I'm better at not reacting or acting on the little fear spikes I get from looking at them. I cope with various tactics. Anyway, we were near the front, looking at Root's stuff, and out of the corner of my eye, I saw a figure about 3 feet away from me, partially hidden by more shelves. I mentally registered it as a mannequin and distracted myself with what else was around me. Then, God, I feel so bad. When the mannequin moved, I actually yelped. It only lasted a split second. I'm crying while writing this. Not sure if it's out of amusement or embarrassment, but it was loud enough to make the entire store go completely silent. The poor woman, around her 20s, was looking at me in shock. I knew I had to explain why I reacted like that, so I immediately started apologizing and said, "It's not you, I promise. I'm so sorry. I saw you only out of the corner of my eye, and I assumed you were a mannequin. I'm so sorry. It's not your fault. I promise you don't look like a mannequin. I'm so sorry." She said it's okay and seemed taken aback, possibly slightly amused. Hopefully. I went over to my boyfriend, who was looking at me with a mix of shock, amazement, and amusement. He said it was funny, and I'm almost at the point where I can appreciate the comedic value. God, I feel so bad. I really hope the poor girl knows it wasn't her. It was me. TLDR. I thought some chick was a mannequin. Shrieked and silenced the store. You can forgive yourself. That person is not offended you thought they were a mannequin. Tears of joy, tears of joy, tears of joy. I promise you, that lady was probably just amused she accidentally gave someone a jump scare. I have the same fear. I always have, and when I was younger I hated buying clothes because something about my brain makes it difficult for me to remember that mannequins don't move, so I'm just waiting for them to start walking around. Nonsense, of course. This reminds me of a Doctor Who episode, The Ottens. I used to work a late close shift at a restaurant. I'd get back to my apartment between midnight and 2 a.m. There weren't many people around usually, so I'd be on a mission to get to the elevator and to the shower. Once in a while I would see an elderly man and his Samoyed dog heading out for a final nighttime. We'd nod and move along. Well, one night I was barreling my way through the lobby beelining to the elevator. Just as Mr. and Pup were barreling out of the elevator beelining to the exit, we met at a blind corner. The dog and I jumped back a step at the same time, while Mr. looked absolutely shocked. We had a laugh after that. My wife actually had the opposite experience. She mistook a mannequin for a real person. She was squeezing past one to get down an aisle and bumped into it. She said, "Oh, excuse me," quote, then realized she was talking to a mannequin. It's now a running joke with us. I'll pass by one and say, "Excuse me, sir," or "ma'am," usually get a punch in the arm, then she'll laugh a little. That lady will probably laugh about this for years to come. You should too. Don't play Mannequin the Passing. Please do not watch the newer series of Doctor Who, or at least skip the first episode. I mean, honestly, this could have happened to someone without a fear of mannequins. If something you think is inanimate suddenly starts moving out of the corner of your eye, it's likely to freak you out. Oh wow, that must have been quite the embarrassing situation. I can only imagine the awkward silence in the store after your shriek. I hope the poor woman understands it was just a misunderstanding. I would have hopefully responded with, "I get that all the time, lol." Stop. This has happened to me. Well, from spending too much time ingesting true crime content, I assumed this was going to end in you accidentally discovering human remains. I much prefer this more light-hearted version. I was once mistaken for a mannequin at a flea market, and it's a favorite memory of mine. Don't be so hard on yourself. I got mistaken for a mannequin once in a Spencer's Gifts. I was just standing and staring at the mugs, and this guy got in front of me and kept backing up. And I said, "Excuse me bro," and gave him a mini heart attack lol. If your fear isn't too great, I recommend watching Tourist Trap, an 80s B-horror movie starring Chuck Connors as a creepy gas station attendant with a demented hobby making mannequins.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epic Ericast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.